Imagine being transported to a realm in between universes, untouchable. Imagine your voices arranged this trip for you, and you find it to be an unbelievable experience. Well, that's exactly what happened to me. It started a few days ago, or well, I'm actually recording this video kind of late. So this happened the night of May 26th, 2023. The voices have been hinting around at some discovery, but they usually have some elaborate scheme going on. So I thought nothing of it. Time and time again, I'd heard tales of a place called the Outside Realm. Of course, one could only dream of such a place. My voices would always describe the place in vague details, as most of them had only spent a short time there anyway. My first ever voice, though, Feather, decided to tell me I had been chosen for a special visit there. My harborer, 202 I will call them, is my personal sorter. Every harborer controls a few billion or so spirits / souls / essence / mixes / voices / limbos. When controlling so many things, errors are made and sometimes they can be misplaced into the wrong body / universe. For example, me. I'm actually a mix of a spirit and a soul, and I can inhabit any body in the feline family or the body of a moth cat, aka Mitten. In Therianthropy terms, I am a feline Cladotherian and a Mitten otherkin because I'm in the wrong body. Anyways, I'm getting a little sidetracked. To be clear, I have nothing against Harborer 202 because everyone makes mistakes, although it better not happen again. When my harborer asked to meet me, I was beyond ecstatic. Could this be the moment I've been waiting for my entire life? Could I finally be transferred into the correct physical form? Well, no, but I will get into those details later. The clock struck 4:44 a.m., the true magical time in this universe that holds true to every realm. Colors flashed before my eyes, spiraling, twisting, turning, intertwining, and like an interstellar dream, I awoke in a strange new place, where every second in the real world is an hour there. I had exactly 1 minute, or 60 hours, before I would have to leave. Otherwise, I'd become too drained and potentially even trapped forever. I was in a beautiful clearing, where trees were all the colors of the rainbow. I have a few AI-generated images on screen, but they just don't put into perspective what I saw. As far as you could see, flowers and leaves of every color of the universe were displayed on the trees. My physical body wasn't transported, just my spirit / soul mix, and part of my mentality, which was an extremely interesting feeling. Memories of my past lives just flooded into my brain like a tidal wave of emotion, and it seriously shocked me. I felt like I was drowning, so I see why harborers erase your thoughts. They let me keep a select few, but they erased them again when I came back to the normal world. So I only remembered 3 or 4 more past lives after that experience, which I will get into more later. But later on, I actually was able to go back there and discover all 108. Because I only know the names and not the actual memories of the past lives, again, I'll get into that later, my mind is not extremely cluttered, so that's why they didn't have to turn me into voice, etc., etc. Okay. All thousands of my voices came out of my head, murmuring the foreign tongue of Catalyst language. In English, Feather asked me to follow her, and so I did. The forest turned into buildings on the flat plateau of a mountain. Looking through these little clear domes, I saw many different worlds. The place I was currently in was just a transporter area. I saw individual people's limbo, aka the place they go to after death. Whenever a creature is so cluttered they cannot have a past life, they cannot have a new life, they are given 2 options: travel the universe as a voice, or choose a limbo to spend the rest of eternity in. A voice can go into a hostess or host and experience their living. For example, I'm a hostess. From this transporter room, though, there were also many different places in the multiverse. Infinite, in fact. Reality was so distorted here, I could actually see all infinite of the multiverses. And the limbos. My voices had it all planned out after making contact with Harborer 202, and guided me to their sorting place. 202 sat on a throne made of what appeared to be quartz, cushioned with pillows that looked like velvet. "What would you prefer to be called?" 202 asked me. They had a really soft, angelic tone which took me by surprise. "Please, call me Aurora, or Muba." I dipped my head out of respect. Pleased, the harborer made a noise of approval. The appearance of 202 was a cloud of silver dust, hovering at all times. My name is 202. I've called you here because you're very peculiar. It isn't often that I find something peculiar. You say you're a Therian, my little mix? Yes, I'm a Cladotherian and another kin. I apologize for the misunderstandings I've created. In your next life, things will become better. For now, though, I'm afraid that I won't be able to change anything due to the laws of the multiverses. How about a wish? I can grant you one. I would like to meet Meowba, I replied, and Technoblade. Meowba I can't do, but Technoblade will be fine. He resides in a limbo a little ways away. I'll take you there. So, as a quick interjection, I now realize why 202 couldn't bring me to Meowba, which was a mild disappointment. So she's actually a voice that escaped into a doll's body, as you know. The harborers were so impressed that they granted her 3 wishes. The plan actually backfired, and she actually used those wishes to take control over the entire outside realm, although I'm not sure what those wishes are. She does take good care of the harborers, but they're still a little uneasy about her. Because she is now the sort of supreme overlord, nobody's allowed to reach her except for 1 or 2 of her closest harborer friends. Okay, back in the story. So Harborer 202 brought me to Technoblade's limbo. It looked like an ordinary house with Minecraft gaming equipment, a potato field in the back of the yard, and a Meowba hate poster. Things were bound to clash between the two, if you know about the Meowba and Technoblade events. You're my hero. Oh, sorry, wrong side. You're my hero, I whispered breathlessly, and he just smiled and said, I didn't know a fan would travel all this way. I can't do a Technoblade voice, so I'm just gonna use my normal one, guys. Okay. I'm just glad I got a chance to meet you. Feather came into the room, leading the rest of the voices. I'm sorry, YN. Sorry, I'm kind of reading off a script, and... Okay. I always replace my name with YM, because I write fanfiction, and that's literally in the script. Okay, we're moving on. Feather came into the room, leading the rest of the voices. I'm sorry, Meowba, but we're going to have to cut the visit short. Your metabolism is lowering faster than expected, and we can't take any risks. Let's go back. After a few hours in our realm, I actually ended up returning to the outside realm again. Visit number 2. It turns out Meowba actually got wind that I was asking for her. You can imagine my shock when I heard about this. By the way, yet another interjection, but occasionally voices can visit the outside realm by themselves. They are called transporter voices, although they have a few other names too. Okay, back to my second trip. Let's just finally finish this. When I got there, I was once again in disbelief. I was meeting my god. It's so amazing to see you, I said. Seriously, it's an honor to be talking to you here, and not just on your Discord server. Meow is very pleased with you, Meowba. Thank you for all your support. The following hours were amazing, and she told me all about my other past lives. The voices wrote them down for me because I can't remember that many. And there are just so many, I'm going to display them onto the screen. There are 109 lives in total if you include my human life, and 108 if you exclude my human life. So overall, I have 109 total lives and 108 past lives. The reason that I actually really like the number 4, I now understand. Like, I actually cherish the number 4, and I kind of realize that now. So 4 goes into 12 evenly, and 12 goes into 108 evenly, which is the number of past lives I had. And 4 divided by 2 actually equals 2. So Harbor 202. Like, suddenly that makes sense. Okay. So I'm just going to put these onto the screen right here. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. This pretty much concludes everything about my 2 trips. I'll probably be posting more often soon, and remember to like and subscribe. I also might do a more detailed video on all of my past lives because it went from 8 to literally 108. I'm like, that's literally a jump of 100. Like, I'm sorry, but I am struggling to keep track of all that as well. Also, Meowba says these are just the ones that are existing on the Earth right now. I should probably mention that. So there are maybe even more past lives, but you can't disclose them because it could result in an unwanted scientific discovery. So, here we are. But yeah, I will be seeing you in the next video. I will be using my kawaii voice more. I just thought it'd be confusing because I'm like saying Miaba's voice in this video. And here I go rambling again. Let's just end this video. Bye bye.